Hi, it's Ray from Pro Shaper Workshop in Charlton, Massachusetts, and we're almost finished with the Porsche 550 nose piece. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of the surround on the back side. It got scratched a little bit from the Planischen hammer die. That could be sanded out as just surface scratches. But this is a one-piece deal made out of 50 thousandths aluminum. And there's still a few little flaws in it. I'm not 100% happy with it yet. I'll pick up those flaws before I weld it to other panels. But we're short of time, and I didn't really show all the process of cleaning up this headlight bucket edge because I knew it was going to be a little nitpicking job, but I'll explain it thoroughly. So let's have Mark show you how good this fits onto the wire form. And it goes right like that. That homes in pretty nicely. So, a lot of people were saying, boy, I can't wait to see how you're going to clean that all up. There's stuff that needed to happen over here and a little bit over in here. The rest of it was pretty simple. This flange has to be identified by the wire position, and that's going to be trimmed a little bit more. There'll probably be about a 3/4 flange there, and that tips down almost 90 degrees. That will stiffen this all up and register it nice. We've got the headlight ring looking pretty good right now. It's all cleaned up. It's pretty flat. It could stand a little bit more. We gave it we've seen these on the 550s in different ways. Sometimes they have a little bit of a lip over here and sometimes they don't. We left about 1/8 of an inch of lip all the way around the headlight ring. And other things that need to happen to this is there's a little turn signal indicator right here. Some of them have a plinth and some of them are just mounted right on the curve here, but I think I'll put a plinth in there. That will have to be annealed and then stretched out a little bit so you get a little mounting plinth. Then right in here there's a brake cooling hole where the air enters in for the brake cooling for the front brakes, and that will have to be hammer formed. We have a piece in there to hammer form it around, so you make the hole a little bit smaller and we'll hammer form it so it'll have a lip, and that lip allows you to weld the tube that goes over to aluminum tube that will go over to the brake. So that has to be done, and then I believe even some of this will have to be cut out and flanged in because there's a big grill work right here, replaceable grill work. I think that's I'm not sure. There might be a brake cooler up here or something. I'm not sure. This reverse curve is the hardest part of the whole panel, and a lot of it we formed by hammer forming, torch shrinking right on the wire form. And in this panel I wanted to show the benefits of, yeah, you can use the power hammer to shrink this down really fast over here. And after having done it, I think if they do another one with that technique, I might hammer form, shrink with the power hammer into here, which would make that part of the panel go straight down, but then I'd have to stretch that back out again. It would get shrunk in the process, but then you'd have to shrink it back out. So you might be able to shrink with either any type of thumbnail die in a Polmax or whatever, all the way around like that, and that will create a lot of that reverse curve. That's one way of doing it. The next one, I'm going to try to concentrate on doing more manual methods using my gathering tool and my shrinking facilitator, and I probably will get the reverse curve tool that I make out of the sewer pipe there, the water pipe elbow. I might use that for there, and we'll probably use heat on it so that it'll crunch down better. So we've got a lot of little features to do yet here, and if we want to really clean it up perfectly, which we will do, we'll take this big magic marker and we'll mark this up like this. What I've done here is I've sanded it with a little 2-inch orbital sander. This is a little Harbor Freight 2-inch detail sander with the Velcro discs on it, 80. You can sand that out really nice. And I didn't sand away the material to sand it smooth. I did sand out some micro blemishes that are just hammer dings and stuff. But if you work this with the magic marker and you get a file, in this case I'm going to use a half round file. This is just a regular machinist file. I'll put a little wax on the file. Now I'm doing this just to show you what the surface condition is here. There might be a few spots that are still a little proud. I might have to shrink them down, and there's probably some high spots there. So this file isn't removing material. It is, but it's a super micro amount. What it's doing is scratching the magic marker off to find your highs and lows. So that'll be the process, and there's a little micro low there. You can barely feel it, but that can be chased out. Now I used my old trusty snap-on hammer, and I got this nice little dolly here, and this worked really good. You can work this from the other side. You take it off and you've got a nice rolling crown in there, and you can slap those dents out. You can find the dents from the other side in the same way. On the other side you do magic marker, file it, and the high spots are going to wear off, so that identifies all the high spots, and you just go tap, 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 tap. You're just moving the metal a little bit. Now as I rub my hands up in this valley here, there's still a little, maybe one little proud spot here and a little proud spot here. So I'll take the torch, heat that up, and then I've got another hammer, either this half round one, or this, yeah, half round. I can tap that in like that, and then I also have a radius hammer like that I can use to tap that in, and it's ever so slight. This is 50 thousandths aluminum. It moves pretty easy. So that's the little nitpicking that has to happen still. A little more definition down on this line right here. The way we got that line is we made this little plywood former, and that was made from the headlight ring, and we made it a little bit bigger, had that plywood former in behind, and you can tap on that and it acts like basically a dolly. So, and then in the planishing hammer I've got this little die here that has a nice little sharp edge in it, and I was able to, it's got a radius on the front, I was able to put that in there and bring it right around, of course over on the planishing hammer, and that flattened this plane out. And of course we had to just cut it out with a shear, and we're looking pretty good. It fits really, really nice. The rest of the stuff that needs to happen to it, I probably won't do it on camera, and I thought the best thing to do was tonight was explain what I've done, and then Mark is going to edit together the 4 previous videos to make a compendium view of start to finish, which should be a pretty interesting little video and should attract a lot of attention, hopefully. And maybe next week we'll start on the other one, and we know exactly what we're up against now having done this one, and we'll do that, like I said, with my shrinking facilitators and my gathering tool, which are all mallet work. So we've come to the end of the line on this panel for now. Like I said, we'll start the next one next week. This will still need a little cleanup, but slowly but sure we'll do the bottom panels later, and we'll have that other front section, and then this whole deal can be all welded together as assembly, and that's a really beautiful shape. It's elegant simplicity. It's a beautiful design. Erwin Commender, it's just amazing. He did a beautiful job designing this car. Porsche gets the credit, but Erwin Commender is the one that did it. Well, that's it for tonight. It's Ray Chalene from Pro Shaper Workshop. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, we're running a special right now, 20% off on all our classes. We've got about 5 or 6 class options, and you'll find that on our website, proshaper.com. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.